Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I just came in today to ask the question, what in the Sam Hill is going on with Steve Harvey's empire? Have y'all heard the latest? This man has managed to lose not one, not two, but all three of his television shows. Y'all, let me just tell you something. Ever since this brother went to Trump Tower to visit Donald Trump, his shit has been falling apart and the black community has been on that ass ever since then. We didn't appreciate him going to visit the Cheeto in chief, and we showed our appreciation by lighting up that ass. Now, the first thing we heard right after all of that happened is all this stuff start coming out about his second wife, Mary, and how he had done her wrong, took her child from her, took her money, forged divorce documents, cheated on her with Marjorie. Do y'all wonder if some of this that Steve Harvey is getting in these last couple months have anything to do with what he did to his second wife, what he allegedly did? What is that saying that Nene Leakes says? You never win when you're playing dirty. Now, y'all know Mary was said to be a crazy woman that was just jealous of this life that Steve Harvey was living, and she needed to get over it. But y'all, see, one thing about Mary was there when Steve was building this empire. She's the wife that slept in cars with him on the road when he was traveling to comedy shows. She's the wife that when they didn't have any money would drive up to gas stations and pump the gas, and then they would drive off so they would have gas to get to the next show. She's the wife that held him down when no one else believed in him. And as soon as Steve started rising, he kicked that bitch to the curb and moved on because he was cheating with Marjorie while he was married to this second wife, even though him and Marjorie have a whole nother story about what actually happened. But that's not true, y'all. Now, the first show that Steve Harvey lost was his talk show. Now, y'all remember he moved his talk show from Chicago all the way to sunny California. And when he got there, his shit started crumbling. The ratings dropped. People wasn't feeling the new format. And Mr. Big Lip Steve Harvey couldn't understand what was going on. They tried to tell him return to the old format, but being the narcissistic bastard that he is, he was not having it. And I call him a narcissist and because remember the way he did his radio staff in Chicago? He moved the show, didn't even tell those people, and told them if they wanted to talk to him about it, they needed to make an appointment. Do not walk up to him in the hall and talk to him. Make an appointment. Now, y'all, not only did he lose his talk show, but y'all, guess who's taking his place? Kelly Clarkson from American Idol. That has got to be a slap in the face. But I guess the network wanted to take a new direction. They were tired of the old black man named Steve Harvey. No, y'all, I'm just joking. I think they wanted to move in a new direction. They might have wanted somebody younger, fresher, who could connect with a younger audience. And let's face it, Steve Harvey is pushing 70. Now, y'all, I'll be curious to see how this works out. Because one thing that Steve Harvey did is he won his audience over with comedy. And he also talked about if you get white women to follow you like Oprah did, that you will be successful. Well, he got white women because Kelly Clarkson is white, sure enough, and she is taking his spot. Which I don't understand, y'all, why they couldn't have both of them on there. Why did they have to get rid of him for her? Couldn't they have two shows? Well, on to the second show that he lost. And that is Little Big Shots. to Melissa McCarthy. Now, she's a fellow comedian, another white woman, I might add, who took his place. She is funny. She has big name value. She's been in movies. She's been on SNL, and she is very popular. So they may have wanted to add, a woman into the mix, but it's just curious. It's just curious that, again, they couldn't make a place for Steve. They got rid of that ass. What is it about Steve that they don't like? I don't know. Now, I heard rumors that Steve is too expensive and that he's, trying to fund this lifestyle that he's living. So he needs all this job and he needs this big salary. And these networks, I guess, can't afford him anymore. So they're saying younger, fresher faces, but I also think it has something to do with cheaper faces. Now, with Melissa McCarthy, they might have to pay her a little bit more than Kelly Clarkson, but I don't think it will be anywhere near what they're paying Steve Harvey. And then the final blow was Family Feud, y'all. I heard that Michael Strahan will more than likely be taking his place before the end of the year. Now, y'all, that had to be the final slap in the face for Steve Harvey. Now, actually, I thought he was really good on that show. I've watched it a few times, and he is funny. Even though of all the kings of comedy, I thought he was the least funniest, but his type of funny works on that show. Now, there have been a couple episodes of Family Feud that I watched that I wasn't feeling, but it's because he's making himself the name up on the board and the question and all of that. But y'all, it is what it is. Now, y'all, there was something else that I heard. There may be trouble in paradise between him and Marjorie. Now, they were quick to dispel these divorce rumors, but it's been a curious thing happening. Steve owns a lot of property all over the country, specifically down in Texas. And Steve has been quietly removing Marjorie's name from several properties. Why is he doing that? Why? We also know that they had a little lover's quarrel and Marjorie jetted off with her daughter over to Europe on a shopping spree. The lady loves couture, so she was over there shopping her ass off with his money. Well, the bitch might have to get a job because her man done lost all three of these, and the lady might be hawking that couture to pay for the lifestyle to which she's become accustomed to. Now, speaking of Miss Marjorie, y'all know one of her ex-drug kingpin husband got out of jail last year, and he is writing a tell-all book. Now, the story is that when he was going down, the feds were looking at Marjorie because they had evidence that she was also involved in some of that drug dealing that her ex-husband was doing. But to protect his wife and be the stand-up husband that he was, he took the rap for her so she could go on to raise their two children. Now, he says that he started this memoir while he was in jail, and he don't give a fuck what Marjorie think. It is his story, and he's going to tell it, and he's going to tell it true. So if what he said is true, and Marjorie participated and was by his side during some of that stuff, oh Lord, Steve and Marjorie about to be embarrassed, because I don't think that man appreciated Steve adopting his kids either. They was damn near grown or teenagers, one or the other. But Marjorie ran and attached the Harvey name to cash in and make sure her kids would be covered. Now Steve Harvey is their daddy. Lord, y'all, Steve got all kinds of crazy shit going on. And is Marjorie going to divorce him now that the money is gone? Because Marjorie appears to me the type that goes where the dollars are. She dated two cousins. She had babies by one, and then two babies by the first one. He went to jail. Then she turned around and had a baby by the cousin, and then he went to jail. I even heard that she dated a basketball player or a football player or something, and then she hit the jackpot with old platter lip Steve. Well, it looks like Steve may be losing his fortune, but y'all, I'm just joking. Steve is a hustler, and I believe that Steve got some backup. Now, it ain't gonna bring him the type of money that 3 shows, y'all. 3. He lost all 3 of them. It ain't gonna bring him that money. So I hope he got some plans and some big plans, because if not, Marjorie might move on. Because I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke ninjas. Just check that out. And y'all, I don't know about Steve Harvey. I think this is a little retribution for all of the stuff that he allegedly did to his second wife. Like I said, all of it may not be true, but where there is smoke, there is fire. And a lot of people have been sick of Steve Harvey for quite a while now. He's gotten a bit arrogant, y'all. And sometimes you need to be taken down a peg. Well, it looks like here lately, Steve was taken down 3 pegs, y'all. Let me know if y'all saw all of this. What do you think of it? Do you think Steve is getting some of his shit back, that his chickens have come home to roost? Or do you think that he will, rise above these 3 shows being taken from him? Let me know down in the comments. As always, y'all, thanks for watching my video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care now. Bye-bye.